Who-Bangin Sports Talk. If you didn't know, now you know. Oh, where my lighter at? Give me my lighter! Give me my lighter! Yeah. Okay. Okay. When they talk about me, they say I be tripping. Yeah. What they say about me doesn't make me mad. No. I think they're hating cause they see me when I'm rolling. Yeah. Man, I can't help it that they really doing bad. No. Okay. Alright. It's it. Okay. You're right. I'm rich. Okay. Alright. I grind. Okay. You're right. For mine. I'm in that 760 leaning when I'm stunting. I blow 50 G's, I mean with ease like this is nothing. Please don't interrupt me when I'm talking to my jeweler. He's putting them diamonds all over my Frank Mueller. Me, I get busy, I put that work in if it's worth it. Come through, hit you up, I'll make a crime scene perfect. They talk about me all the time behind my back. They don't talk about me in my face because I'm strapped. See me in the club, I got the Henny in that yak. A couple cups of that and I just don't know how to act. By the second bottle, that's when I just get the buzzing. I say I run New York and ain't nobody saying nothing. Okay. When they talk about me, they say I be tripping. Yeah. What they say about me doesn't make me mad. No. I think they're hating cause they see me when I'm rolling. Yeah. Man, I can't. You right, I'm rich. Okay. What's up with the people, man? Try Wham on Twitter. Who-Bangin Sports Talk.
We've got to have.
Golly, we back up in this thing. What it do with the people? What's up with my brother Masty Nate up in here? What's happening then? I don't think the music was working. So I had to cut that shit short. I don't think it was working. 676767. Oh my God, my daughter's in the chat. Oh my God. You should be asleep. No, I'm just playing. Hey, like the content. Like the content, goddamn. This ain't for kids. This is not for kids. What is she doing? What are you doing, daughter? What are you doing, daughter? Okay. I do have some reactions to get into, and I will start them. The first one that I had here, very interesting. Very interesting. Very freaking interesting, bro. I kind of can't wait to go break this one down. I hope the audio is working.
$1 million. A single grade point lower and the card's value drops to $1.4 million. But when one company has the ability to create or erase millions of dollars with a single number, there's bound to be corruption. And a recent pattern of major screw-ups has many people suspicious of PSA. They've authenticated cards that were altered to look perfect. Their grading system has been exposed as extremely inconsistent, and they've even admitted to straight up destroying high-value cards during their process. And those are just the mistakes that we can 100% prove. There are countless grading decisions that happen every single day that are losing people hundreds, thousands, and in extreme cases, millions of dollars, which is why when you dig deeper into PSA, the more insane it becomes that a multi-billion-dollar industry revolves around a tiny number on a piece of plastic. Before PSA became synonymous with corporate greed, they were actually providing an extremely consumer-friendly service. PSA, which stands for Professional Sports Authenticator, offered a universal standard to determine how much a card was worth. Think back to elementary school at the lunch table. Your friend has a bag of chips, and you're willing to give up your ding-dong in exchange for it. The chips aren't objectively more valuable than the ding-dong, but if both of you are satisfied with the trade, then it really doesn't matter. Sports cards and trading cards used to be the same way. Maybe I wanted your Charizard card and you wanted my Pikachu card.
Bro, back in the day, bro,
back in the day, we didn't know back then, bro. But back then, we was sitting on gold. We was sitting on so many of these cards. This Charizard card, I touched this card. I actually touched this card. Maybe it wasn't mint condition. For sure it wasn't. For sure it wasn't. But I touched this Charizard card before, bro. And you gonna hear it yourself. This motherfucker worth M's.
We'd just swap them and be done with it. But eventually, how rare the cards were became a factor to consider in the
That dark Charizard hologram, I had that card. I had that hologram dark Charizard. Bruh. That's one of the rarest cards, bro.
trade. All of those factors is what PSA considered to determine how much a card was worth, which resulted in people paying big money for cards in all different niches. PSA essentially created the industry standard guide of what matters when buying or selling cards. In a close inspection, a trained PSA grader validates a card's authenticity, ensuring that it is officially licensed merchandise and not a knockoff. They assess any potential damage, such as rips, tears, scuffs, folds, and finally, they give a grade to the card's overall condition on a 1 to 10 scale. And at the end, they carefully encapsulate the card in a protective case to preserve its condition, with a label displaying its name and official PSA grade. Before PSA was rotting the industry from its core, it was actually meant to preserve the integrity of it. But as their power and influence grew, they started moving away from being a humble service for hobbyists and developing into a corporation fully fixated on profits.
Now, this part is interesting to me. I will reference this podcast by Michael Lewis called Against the Rules, particularly this particular episode called Ref You Suck. And in this episode, Michael Lewis basically just breaks down the deterioration of the referee and how important a referee is. And it gets into like deeper dive into experts and how experts are being judged right now. And a lot of it is based off of money. A lot of it is based off of regulation. And a lot of it is based off of, you know, scratch my back, I scratch yours. And this situation here with this is like so telling of how our society is right now, especially when it comes to referees, experts, or any trust source that should be unbiased. They never really are.
PSA expanded their company beyond just grading cards. They integrated with eBay to create the PSA Vault, which helps store, list, sell, and ship trading cards for their customers. So if you wanted to sell your recently graded card, you could have them take care of the entire selling process from start to finish with little effort. PSA even offered a buyback service where they would purchase the card directly after grading. And some interpret this as kind of a conflict of interest. You're handing a company your card, they're deciding how much it's worth, and then they're offering to buy it from you themselves. If they plan on reselling the card for a profit, they have every incentive to convince you it's worth a little less than it actually is. It's like when Rick from Pawn Stars calls in one of his buddies to tell you what your rare artifact is worth, and almost every time, it's worth way less than what you thought it was. From there, PSA's parent company, which is confusingly called Collectors, also acquired rival grading services Beckett and SGC, getting them closer to becoming a monopoly. Today, PSA and its sister companies take up 80% of the total market, with PSA accounting for a whopping 72%. And that dominance comes with an immense responsibility. The trading card market is now a multi-billion-dollar industry, and basically every collector on the planet relies on PSA's labels to determine that each card they received was authentic and in perfect condition. And when PSA makes mistakes, they aren't just minor disputes. They have the potential to be catastrophic errors that can bankrupt a collector. But before we get into that, we all live busy lives. There are so many things to do, and it never feels like there is enough time in the day. You should probably go get that yearly checkup to make sure you're in good health, but you don't have time to sit on hold all day. Today's sponsor, ZocDoc, makes the process a whole lot easier. ZocDoc lets you search and compare appointment off your to-do list. In 2017, a 1952 Stan Musial baseball card sold for $2,800. It had slight imperfections, including a black dot on the border as well as a few small scuffs on his jersey. All things considered, the card was still in great condition and received a PSA grade 9. 7 months later, another copy of the card was sold, this time a PSA grade 10, for a price of $28,100.
God damn.
$100. The problem is, these were the same exact card. Natural markings on the back of both were identical.
But they have the different grade serial number on the back, though.
Meaning that someone had covered up its imperfections and resubmitted it to PSA, got a higher grade, and made tens of thousands of dollars. PSA is supposed to inspect every card closely before giving it a grade. It checks for scratches, scuffs, and imperfections, but it also ensures that the card is both authentic and unaltered. Like when you and I look at a PSA 8, 9, or 10, we just kind of say, yeah, I mean, it looks perfect. But PSA's job is to notice the tiny things that we never would. Maybe someone repainted a tiny white chip on the edge, or they trimmed a fraction of a millimeter off the border, or they managed to fix a crease that used to be there. And even still, you might wonder what the big deal is. I mean, if a card can be restored to pristine condition, then why should it matter if it was original or not? Well, it's because the history of a card is a major factor in its value. To see a card preserved for almost 70 years without a single flaw doesn't just make it worth more money, it's also just objectively cool. And this is not just true for cards, it's really true for about anything that is rare. The flowing hair
or anything in general. Yeah, that's why I was getting to about the regulations and things of that, like how it's more beneficial for you to lowball something, get the thing, and then high it up. Like, what the hell?
silver dollar sold for $10 million in 2013. That's because this coin was the first dollar coin issued by the United States federal government in 1794. Somehow, someway, this little coin was preserved for 220 years. If nobody cared about preserving anything that was rare, then we'd all just buy one-to-one bootlegs. Authenticity matters, and PSA was meant to ensure all aspects of a card were authentic, but they messed up too many times to count. A Billy Maloney card from the early 1900s was purchased for $81 before being altered, regraded, and sold for a $900 profit. A 1952 Mickey Mantle card was altered and resold for $14,800. Ironically, a separate Stan Musial card from 1948 had its edges trimmed and sold for a nearly $2,000 profit. By 2019, hundreds of examples of altered cards that PSA had improperly graded.
Bro, that is clear as day that was trimmed. Wow. That's crazy.
Had piled up, culminating in a class action lawsuit. The lawsuit went further than accusing PSA of making a few mistakes. It argued that trained graders should have been able to recognize the alteration and alleged that PSA knowingly allowed them to enter the market regardless. The situation became too large for PSA to ignore, and they announced an internal investigation into the matter. Now, to be fair, PSA grades millions of cards every year, and these alterations were done specifically by the seller to deceive trained authenticators into getting a higher grade. It is possible that these specific instances were genuine mistakes and someone just figured out how to beat the authenticators. But whether PSA approved the cards knowingly or made a genuine mistake, the result for buyers was the same. Altered cards entered the market with legitimate grades that people thought were original and could be sold for far more money than they were worth, which made people start to wonder if that little number in the corner could really be trusted. Sometimes customers are disappointed with the grade their card gets. Maybe they thought it was a perfect 10, but PSA found a small imperfection that bumped it down to a 9. The customer now has two choices. They can accept the result and sell the card, or they can resubmit it to PSA and hope for a better result. Pokemon card collector and YouTuber Pokemon Steven submitted approximately 10,000 cards to be graded by PSA over the past couple of years. A little under 200 of his cards received unsatisfactory gradings. He believed that these cards were actually 10s, so he decided to resubmit them on the off chance that someone had made a mistake, and the results were shocking.
81 PSA 10s from the regrade experiment. 189 cards in total, so 108 cards did not make the cut.
81 of the resubmitted cards were bumped up from a PSA 9 to a PSA 10. That's 42%. But he had not changed the card at all. The corners, the art, the surface were all exactly the same as when he submitted them the first time. The only thing that changed was the grade itself. And as discussed prior, the difference between these two grades can mean the difference of hundreds, thousands, and in extreme cases, millions of dollars. What one inspector views as a 9, the other may view as a 10. And it's starting to seem like the only difference is how lucky you are when your card is being reviewed. PSA's grading system is supposed to be an objective measurement of the card's condition, but as more controversies pile up, the grading seems subjective. Just goes to show that people are insane for paying such a massive premium for 10s. PSA is a huge scam. But resubmitting the card could also hurt its value. Another collector submitted over 100 cards to be regraded, 19 were given higher grades, but 34 of them were actually given a worse grade. But why does this happen? I mean, the rules are clear enough. 4 perfectly sharp corners, full original gloss, no stains or no scratches, with a slight allowance for printing imperfections. The problem is that a human grader still has to decide what counts as perfect. Maybe there's a small mark in the artwork that one grader notices while the other one doesn't. What one grader sees as a printing imperfection, another may view as an unnatural defect that bumps its grade down. So now, submitting to PSA is like gambling, especially when you consider the fees associated with this process. Submitting to PSA for grading costs $25 per card plus shipping, and they do offer slight discounts for bulk submissions. But think about it, if you get a low grade, your card could be worth less than $25, meaning it costs more to authenticate and grade than it's actually worth. However, if your card is worth more, PSA will charge you insane amounts of money to do the exact same grading as a worthless card. Like Nico, who submitted his rare Mickey Mouse card that was worth $20,000 to PSA, only for them to charge him $1,000 for his perfect 10 grade. Or Scruffy, who was charged $150 for a 10 grade 2021 Pokemon Sword and Shield Evolving Skies, and $600 for a 9 grade 2002 Charizard Reverse Foil. There's also John, who was told by PSA his card was worth $25,000, which is why he needed to pay them $1,000 to authenticate it, but then his card only sold for half the value they claimed it was worth. And no, they didn't give him a $500 discount and say, oops, we messed up. And he still made a great profit, but remember that the grading process for all of these cards is exactly the same. And you don't know what they are going to charge you until after they have already done the service. This has led some collectors to accuse PSA of intentionally having inconsistent grading so people will just keep submitting their cards for additional gradings. This is unlikely considering they've been shown to both overgrade and undergrade cards. Then again, there are stories that make it easy to understand why some collectors still remain skeptical. The most notable example of this is when a collector named Preston submitted 30 separate Pikachu Zekrom GX cards to PSA for grading. He anticipated that most of them would be perfect 10s, but he was shocked to discover that none of them received a perfect grade, with the vast majority of them receiving PSA 9s. In spite of his disappointment, Preston opted to sell the cards through PSA's buyback service. However, he kept records of the serial numbers on his cards and searched them later online to discover that 11 of them had been listed as perfect 10s. Around this time, a PSA 9 of this exact card was going for around $41, while a PSA 10 was nearly $200, meaning that PSA bought them from him as a 9 and sold them as a 10, and Preston missed out on around $1,500 for all 11 cards. And
That's a lot of fucking money, bro. $1,100 when I already paid for the service and I already got to put it in there and risk all this stuff just to track y'all motherfucking dirty bitches to be taking money out the bruh. That's what I'm saying. That's why that podcast was so interesting. Again, I would definitely recommend, if you have time, put that shit on, Against the Rules by Michael Lewis. That shit is interesting as hell, and it kind of goes into why some of this shit like this is even happening. Like, god damn. And it's even worse than this. Like, it gets to the school district, it gets to all different types of variations of where you expect the expert to be unbiased and they're not.
This highlights the conflict of interest I mentioned before. The only people who can change a grade are PSA themselves, so if they are authenticating and buying and selling cards, they could theoretically change the grade of any card to maximize their personal profits on the sale.
As you can see, this is a legendary collection reverse PSA 10 Mankey that's listed on eBay by PSA themselves. But if this card is a PSA 10, then why does the back look like this? Because how are they listing a card that looks like this as a PSA 10 on eBay through the PSA eBay account?
They need to get sued more. It's all a scam. I hate that PSA is the one that got popular. However, PSA offered a different explanation. Supposedly, someone at PSA had seen Preston's original post on Twitter. They personally believed that the initial grading was too harsh and conducted a secondary manual review, resulting in updated gradings after Preston had already accepted their offer, which is shady. They conveniently realized that they
What? Dirty bitch.
messed up only after they already bought the cards from him and resold them for a profit. Luckily for Preston, his story got a lot of traction online, and he claims that they privately rectified the situation with him, which I would hope means that they gave him the money he deserves for the cards he unknowingly undersold to them. But that still doesn't feel like a satisfying conclusion, and it still didn't explain why the cards were undergraded in the first place. A fellow collector claimed that cards tend to be undergraded by PSA when they receive bulk quantities of the same card. I guess the logic is that when you look at the same card over and over again, you maybe start to see imperfections that aren't there. Or maybe the same person is just going over all of them and is like, surely they can't all be 10s, so here's a 9. But obviously that would be corrupt and unethical business practices. But most importantly, PSA did not make the situation right with Preston until after he went viral on social media and gave them bad publicity. Was Preston the only person this has ever happened to? Or
Hell no. You already know that motherfucking done happened to multiple people. And that shit is definitely something that happens all the fucking time, bro. Yo, what it do, man? You watch him also? Yeah, bro. He's actually real smart, right? Bright guy, bro. Shout out to M the Great, man. What's up with the people up in here in the chat, man? We're going to get into some other reactions, bro. But this is so interesting, bro. I think that if you do have a PSA relationship, account, any type of thing, you want to do your due diligence. Because look like they doing shady business.
was he just lucky enough to get attention online and put pressure on PSA to pay him what they owed? But one of the most insane controversies that gained traction online was when PSA admitted they damaged someone's extremely rare card, and many saw this as the final nail in the coffin for their reputation. A man named Brian revealed that his PSA 10 Pokemon card was severely damaged while getting it reholdered by PSA, bumping it all the way down to a grade 6. The card was a Sky-Splitting Deoxys, an extremely rare card released in limited quantities in 2004 and never printed in English. There were very few copies like this and in his condition, making Brian's card almost impossible to replace. Now, Brian was getting his card reholdered. Basically, what this means is he already submitted it before and it got a 10, but he was paying them to crack open the old plastic case and seal the exact same card into a brand new holder. Collectors do this all the time if the slab gets scratched, cracked, or it just looks old. A fresh holder can...
Hold on. So he already had a 10. And he just like trying to get the case to be fresh. He want the case to be fresh. So he resubmitted. Oh my God. And then they played him like, what?
Make an expensive card easier to sell because buyers know the case is brand new and the card had recently been inspected. The problem is that the moment PSA cracks the case open, they're handling one of the rarest cards in the world. And if anything goes wrong, the damage is permanent. PSA acknowledged that they had damaged the card and offered to reimburse Brian the full market value, which they determined to be $20,000. He wasn't happy with this considering that the same card had sold for up to $45,000 around the same time, with others saying it was worth even more. Multiple people have told me that the Deoxys is $60,000 plus, and I personally have an offer over that. PSA fixed this issue. PSA got the $20,000 figure by averaging all of the recent sales of that same card. And this just seemed like a slap in the face because at best they're offering half and at worst a third of what it's actually worth. But the problem is they caused the loss of the card and then gave them themselves the authority to decide how much that loss was worth. And rather than accepting their deal, Brian took to the internet. Once again, the community was furious, and this specific situation ramped up to a whole new level once Moist Critical made a video about it.
This is where it gets extremely spicy. That card sold only a couple of weeks ago by PSA. And this is where it gets a little conspiratorial, but I think there's a lot of merit to it. There are people that are speculating that they didn't actually damage his card when reholdering it. The encapsulation process, it's a psyop. It's not real. What they're thinking might have happened is PSA, when reholdering that PSA 10 Deoxys that was submitted, they took it and then sold it themselves, and then instead gave him a 6, saying that it was damaged and now it's down.
Yeah, because it's like, hey y'all, come here. It's a Deoxy, y'all. It's a Deoxy, y'all. Look at this. Oh, my manager, I got to call my manager over for this one. I got a Deoxy. Oh, shit. Yeah. What should we do? What should we do with it? Hey, just tell them that it's broke. Shit, I don't know. Just all you got to do is just bend it. You know what I'm saying? Or say you bend it. Can we get a fucked up Deoxy? Ooh, let me see this old other Deoxy. Oh, this ain't no 10. Let's just swap them out. Yeah, let's just swap them out. That's, bruh. Don. That's some shady ass. Ooh. Make you never want to use them. Ooh.
To a 6.
I guess PSA now stands for Pro Scam Artists. Critical brought awareness to this dispute far outside the card collecting community, putting PSA under more pressure than ever before. Brian announced they had come to an agreement that he was satisfied with, indicating that he was compensated for the proper market value of his card. By this point, the pattern becomes a bit too familiar. PSA rejected a complaint, the collector went public on the internet, and then the company changed their mind after the story went viral. There are dozens of other examples of PSA destroying their customers' cards, and you have to wonder if these individuals were ever given proper compensation. Probably not, because a massive YouTuber didn't make a video about them. And now I'm just genuinely curious if anyone watching has ever had this happen to them. Like, you submitted a card to PSA and you know for a 100% fact that they messed up your card and then sent it back but hoped that you'd never notice. Comment below if that happened. PSA.
And let's go down to the comments, bro. Let's go to these comments, bro. Let's see some of these comments right here, bro. This is interesting. Let's see some of the comments. 140 years ago, baseball cards were put into cigarette packs, protect with cigarettes from being damaged. Crazy how viral, man. That's crazy. That's true. That's crazy. That is crazy. Shout out to him. PSA should not be doing, but yeah, man, they shouldn't be selling cars. That's crazy, bro. I want to see if somebody has like something in here. I didn't look at this beforehand, y'all. So bear with me here. Bear with me. I want to see if there is somebody responding in here. Yeah, that PSA and Deoxy card they destroyed was 115% not damaged by PSA for sure. They swapped his card and sold it for sure. They did, bruh. For sure they sold that shit. Oh my God, that shit nasty. Let's go into this other one right here, bruh. Let's get into this other one right here.
Down the railroad track now.
On April 3rd, 2025, dispatch in Eau Claire, Wisconsin received multiple 911 calls about a maroon Chevy driving towards pedestrians on a sidewalk as school was starting. Officers fanned out to search for the vehicle, but had no idea that 7 cars would be destroyed before this was all over. But the biggest question was whether the suspect could be stopped before tragedy struck.
Where is it? Oh, there.
Oh, it's on. He's up on the sidewalk.
All right. Just take a couple deep breaths right now, okay? We're all right.
West on me. You just scratched yourself. Oh, you're good. to a stop sign on 7th and E.
Slow down just in case.
One 14 will call in a second. We're just on the lecture right now.
Okay, let's go down here. There's no outlet. Damn it.
Multiple units, 156, go again.
You can make it, dude.
I can't make it through there. You guys turn around. He's going south there. He just turned eastbound, going back towards 3rd.
168's got him. Go, 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 go.
Pushing it.
I really did look like they could make it through though.
What road is that?
Hills, man. Jesus.
You're good. Let's get behind him.
108's behind him as well.
Head west.
West on Maple. West on Maple.
Nice. West on Maple.
North.
Those are the address he's trying to get to. Did you try to get in contact with an Ashley there?
This nigga is on the sidewalk. Where the hell is he going? And he up a hill. Like, that's kind of freaky, bro. Like, right now where he's at is kind of freaky. Like, just think about you just outside playing on your yard and you just see a car on the sidewalk, like, that could tilt over into your yard. Like, that's crazy.
Okay, stay inside. He's driving on the sidewalk. He's driving super recklessly. Keep
On God, he is.
your kids inside. Stay inside.
Going circles.
No bump it.
You're doing great. You're doing great. Take a couple deep breaths. You're doing great. At some point, he's just going to crash. We have to understand that, okay?
Damn, that's kind of fucked up, too. The way you saying that, like, and it's like this boy in the residential and this hills, and he just did a U-turn because it looked like he just went from the same place, went down that hill. Like, and bro, he was going up this shit. Like, for real, he was going up that shit. Bruh, he gotta be drunk. Don, he gotta be drunk. This is ridiculous.
Take a deep breath. You're okay. It's all right. It's okay.
Eastbound Maple, coming to 3rd. Eastbound Maple, coming into 3rd.
Get behind him. Get behind him. Get behind him. Go. It's fine.
Units
Fine.
19 to units, and you had the chance to hit or box him into it.
You hear that?
Yep.
Unit right there, stop with a lace off. Stop right there, get 6 going. He's coming around the block again.
Talking to me?
I don't know.
Coming to the intersection. No spikes out.
All right, hit him. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him. Careful. Slow down. Slow down. You got Boyan right there.
Get up! Stop!
Don't let him through. Don't let him through.
All right. At this point, we're just gonna have to
Coming up to 3rd.
hit him.
Coming up to 3rd.
Good job. You're all right.
We're not trying to, ma'am. Trying to get a hold of him and tell him to stop. Hey, I got this.
She said, don't kill him, man, bitch. Who gives a fuck at this point? He don't give a fuck.
It's right here. I got it right here. Set up over there.
He's hallucinating. It's a
Who is it? Who is it?
My brother Nathan Stevens.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Oh my God.
Negative on spikes. Negative on spikes.
You're all right. You're all right.
Heading north on 3rd.
Bro, what the fuck? That was like the flash.
He's gonna come back. I think if you guys stay there, I stay here. We can just throw right.
Yeah. What was that? What was that? Holy shit.
Heading north on 3rd.
He's gonna come back. I think if you guys stay there, I stay here. We can just throw right into center.
Taking a break. Speed sit. I'm gonna try to pit him. I'm gonna get over the bridge here. Before he went on Old correction, back on 3rd. Garden Street.
He's back on 3rd. Hey, just watch out. You guys don't have a barrier, so he might run into you guys.
Driving circles, man. Come on.
All right, at this point, if we get the opportunity, we just need a pit.
Get in front of him.
Take a deep breath. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm with you. You can box him in.
Let's get behind him.
10-4.
It's all right.
Negative pit. Squad. On Truex.
On Truex? Which way?
We can't move our. We have tires.
blew a tire.
Damn.
Right here.
I don't.
Boxing in right here.
Careful. All right. All right, let's go.
One away though.
All right, get up behind him.
This motherfucker car is like a commercial right here. If you're built to last, he running into shit. Everybody car going down.
You're good.
I'm 10 zoom in front of me, but 1050 out of the tree. What's happening, you guys? You're all over the road.
Take a deep breath, okay? You're doing good. You're doing a great job. Continuing on Truex.
If you guys want to stay here, I'm gonna go try to get ahead of him.
All right, slow down. Okay, we gotta figure out which way he's gonna go.
He's in the oncoming traffic now on the crossing. Crashing on Claremont. What direction?
Still northbound.
Past the crossing.
Passing Alpine. Passing Alpine. Still northbound.
Let's stay tripping over. Down the railroad tracks now.
Down railroad track.
At the pit of it, we can get up to him, you guys.
Yep. Step forward.
No, they're
This was this nigga first mistake. He was doing good, driving good in GTA until this moment.
What direction?
Just try to keep it nice and straight, okay? You got rocks.
You got rocks and shit.
They're going westbound.
Rocks and shit.
Westbound on the railroad tracks. He's still going. Please don't crash. I don't have my seatbelt.
Anybody get the key to the crossing? Can you come down?
We're going to be coming out behind the yards. Still west on the tracks.
Turn north. Hey, if he's going into these parking lots, try to box him in at some point here.
Careful.
Ramming is authorized at this point. 10-4, we've done that. He's in a big SUV.
Northbound.
box in there.
Slow down, slow down. You're good. Hey! Get in the back!
Keep pushing, you guys. I'm out of the chase. Keep pushing. Keep pushing in that ditch. I'm out.
Motherfucker!
Why the fuck did he push her from the back? Pause. You stupid ass. What the? He helped that nigga get out. He helped the nigga get out, bruh. You stupid ass nigga. This nigga, why he do that? This nigga, whoever this nigga is, Summers, you stupid as fuck, bruh. Eisenhower had it. She had it. Here your stupid ass go. Want to be a part. You could have came around the nigga and stopped him from going forward. You could have stopped him from going forward. I know you probably like, bruh, I don't know. What was your idea thinking that you was going to push this nigga in the ditch? Like, bruh, pussy.
Get in the back!
Keep pushing, you guys. I'm out of the chase. Keep pushing. Keep pushing in that ditch. I'm out.
Motherfucker! Where's your radio? He's reaching in the back for something.
168 unit. He's reaching in the back for something. Are they reaching in the back for something?
You did good, dog. You did so good. He's in the field now.
Looks like they're going back eastbound. In a field. Remember, he went eastbound. He is southbound in a field from that direction. Eastbound. 114 Sawn, and we're southbound to the field, going back towards the RCC. Can we go back towards the RCC, southbound in the field?
It's alright, dude. Just keep pushing until we can't anymore, okay?
Yep.
Unless it's too unsafe for us to keep going.
Headed eastbound now from that field. Headed eastbound from the field, looks like he's going towards the
You're good. You're good.
Alright, we got some more there. Lots of Chiplos here.
Yep. 168 has rifle. At this point, like, hopefully we can get enough units to just...
So they're going more east towards 7th Avenue.
This nigga playing in the field at this point.
You're good. He's gonna come to a spot here where he's reaching around in the vehicle. Oh my god.
Southbound of the field, about 4,900 block of Alpine.
My nigga would have been got killed, huh, y'all? He would have been shot if he wasn't on that at the time.
Slow down.
He just fucking up somebody's field. That's what made me hot.
He might be stuck.
Ain't nobody paying for this. Let's make it cold.
Something is right here.
Slow down. He's... Oh.
Foothill.
I got the mic.
I don't think he's going to make it out of this ditch.
He's not going to make it far.
That nigga made it out that bitch.
Keep calm, don't mind the next set of field. Come on.
Eastbound from Alpine.
Here we go.
Get ready, get ready.
Get over.
Built the last Chevrolet.
Yeah. Okay. Show me your hands! 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 Can you crawl? Give me him back, stand behind! Gotcha. Push it. Someone's got pepper ball. I can pepper ball them out. Windows are down. I got the vehicle. Go. You got pepper ball in here.
Who the fuck is screaming like that?
Someone breached the side window with a 40 if we can. What's this guy's work about pepper ball? Get out of the vehicle! I got pepper! Go, go, go. I got you covered. Pepper! Pepper out! Get out of the car now! Pepper ball! Pepper's out!
This is definitely some white people shit. Like what? Pepper balls? Nigga, what?
Get out of here! Go! We are out of pepper ball. Get out of here!
We are out of pepper balls. I guess we have to use bullets.
Whoa, crossfire. Oh, get back here. Yep, I'm back. We're good. I cannot see in the vehicle anymore. No, it's full of pepper. He's trying to reverse it. If we can just get another squad in to ensure he can't. Engine just is disabled right now. Box in behind. Clear. Get back here. Yep, I'm good. When I pitted him, he reached up like he was pointing something at me, like he was trying to get me to shoot him or something.
What? He was pointing something at me? Nigga, and you didn't shoot him? What the fuck is we talking about? I'm confused.
He's hallucinating from what I heard. Yeah. Yeah. So interesting start to the day. I'm getting them ready right now. But I see a cut on your hand. All right. Glass. Did your airbags go off? That's me right here. Ready? I got them ready. Yeah.
This nigga in there suffering. Why they do bro like that, bro? They scandalous. Why they do that nigga like that?
Yep, go. Stand by. If he comes out on his own, great. If not, I can send the dog in and I can use long line to apprehend.
So we'll go up there. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Noah, you're gonna stay long.
I'm gonna grab. Yep.
Hey, no, you a fool. The DEI hires is crazy funny. That's hilarious.
He is tweaking. I got 40.
We're gonna be coming up. You try to open the door. Watch the crossfire coming over.
Yeah, we're her back up then.
Hold on. 1 second.
Hey, you want to take a step back and I can jump in? Okay.
Get out of the car! Clear the rest of the car, please.
I'm still in the vehicle. Right behind you.
Clear.
Got his stupid ass. Look at that stupid ass. That's what he get. That's why let's watch this other one here, man. I got a few of them that I wanted to go into. I think I watched this one. So I'm not about to go into that one. But we are going to go into this one because I didn't watch this one yet. So, yeah, we're going to watch this one right here for shit show. Let's get into it.
Politics, the best hood channel on YouTube. Back with the West Side Denvers. The PDLs, though, Pasadena, Denver Lane, with the Fruittown Brims in the 4th installment that we doing on the robbery crews and flock teams coming out of LA. Now, for everybody that's seen that last installment with Inglewood family, some of the snitches in that video, we know who it is. Got the video stripped down. We had to put it back up, and they still trying to get it stripped down off of YouTube. Out of 14 days, it's done 190,000 views. And if they keep tapping it, we gonna have to just give it to the members. But we back with the 4th installment of How to Rob. And this time, we leaving the play extenders behind. The PDL striking for 200,000 straight cash off the target. But it didn't stop at that point. They also went on a demonic ceremonial murder spree 4 months after hitting for 200 racks. And one of the individuals these dudes are accused of knocking down turned out to be an ally of Denver Lane. They was asking no questions. And as we see, everything has culminated in another federal indictment centered around multiple spots in the Lancaster-Palmdale area. Now, before we get started, y'all know we gotta hit y'all with the disclaimer. We do not condone any acts of violence, robbery, murder, or criminal activity on Rap News Street Politics.
Or on Who-Bangin Sports Talk.
This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Don't do no wild shit like we've seen a couple other people doing as of lately. This is How to Rob, as well as going on a demonic murder spree after you hit for the bag, hypothetically, with the best hood channel on YouTube.
Brody killed the nigga, that's some bloods, we can't say his name. Screaming free LIM, bloods free 3K. Flying down good, yeah, you know I'm really 3K. Lil' Brody hit me up, you know I'm pulling up, I'm finna spray. Yeah, I'm no poppin' crap on bloods, I really earn my name. When I killed the nigga, police ping up, I ain't say a thing.
Now, we got to start this off with the star of the show. We got Jerry Wembley Jr. coming out of Pasadena, Denver Lane Bloods, a.k.a. Lil Papa CK. Now, we going to have a few papas out of the lineage of that name. And since the name is derogatory, we'll do better at showing you than telling you. But Jerry Wembley is the star of the show. And he's accompanied with an individual that some of you may know on the rap scene, Roman Isaiah Smith, a.k.a. Siete Boy from Fruittown Brims. But you know how we do.
I ain't gonna lie, I be getting hip to a lot of fucking music with fucking with this Rap Street Politics, Rap News Street Politics shit. This shit is a good ass channel. Shout out to them. They definitely do good work.
We got to say everything that we finna speak on are allegations set forth by the federal government, and the details we going through with this paperwork are results of their investigation. These dudes are innocent until proven guilty. These federal indictments just dropped less than a year ago. Everybody we speaking on is still fighting for their life. Now, to jump it off, we got to go all the way back to January 31st, 2024. An old Hispanic couple is walking into the Chase Bank off of 47th Street in Palmdale. They got their workers' comp check, $315,000. They trying to sit it down in Chase and finally getting to enjoy some money after a slip and fall on the job. Now, when they trying to cash this workers' comp check, y'all know how the bank go. You're not just coming out with $300,000 right then and there. So Chase, let them know we don't have that much money in. We'll call you when we have it. So they deposit it right there and they wait. Now, little do they know, it's some people inside that bank that's tapped in with their members. It's a bank teller by the name of Jasmine Colin, who was watching the whole situation with this older couple cashing this workers' comp check. And she was working with another individual that was the security guard for Chase named Tiana Graves. Now, Tiana worked for Ally Universal, and she stated that she's had communications with Jasmine about Jasmine calling her dude when it was time to press play on this old couple. Now, these two individuals inside of this branch seemingly knew the same people on the outside. And this is where Siete Boy girlfriend, whose last name is Shaw, starts having communication with the security guard, Tiana Graves.
Damn. They getting 300,000. 300,000. Oh, yeah. It's a church. Hey, you know what we need to. Hey, 300 about the land. They about to get that. They about to have some chili coming through. There's about to have some chili coming through.
At this time, the old couple had been to Chase twice over the next week, picking up 10 racks at a time. And on February 8th, 2024, the bank calls them, tells them they have the rest of their money. They can come pick it up. So February 9th, 2024 pops up. The old couple pulls up to Chase around 11:58 in the morning. Tiana Graves, again, the security guard, sees this and starts hitting up Siete Boy baby mama, letting them know that them people is there. Siete Boy has also been in communication with Lil Papa. Now, the key thing about Lil Papa at this time, it said that he's been starting to take some drugs and he's starting to trip. And it's been noted that he's grown increasingly violent and people around him are starting to take notice. But here he go, jumps in on this play, and while the old couple pops their head in the Chase, a blue Chevy Silverado with the Texas license plates is rolling around Lancaster. It got hit on 13 different surveillance cameras from 7:56 in the morning at Avenue J in Lancaster all the way to 8:27 in the morning when it lands at the Chase Bank. Now, for the next 2 hours, the Chase camera catches this blue Chevy move around in different positions. Again, they already know these people is coming up here. They place the call to them, and Siete Boy and Lil Papa are in position. And right before 12 o'clock, when the old couple pops their head out of Chase, Lil Papa and Siete Boy is said to have rolled up on them with the stick and said, "On bloods, give me the bag." Snatched their purse with the 200,000 in it. The entire situation lasted no longer than 20 seconds.
Oh, on blood, bitch, give me the bag. That was it. Run it.
These dudes are back in the Chevy and they out of there.
Dang.
Now, if you've been watching the series, as you see, there's no play extenders. There's no extra merchandise you got to move around. These dudes are home free. So how could this possibly go wrong? About 4 hours later, 4:20 p.m. in the same day, the blue Chevy is found abandoned on 37th Street East and Avenue H in the city of Lancaster. The target vehicle was swabbed for DNA, and analysis of the DNA comes back to none other than Jerry Wembley Jr., aka Lil Papa CK. Not only that, a CVS pharmacy receipt is also located in the whip, matching the same CVS pharmacy that's 150 feet away from the Chase Bank. And the item of choice was a big lighter that was purchased from that CVS. When they pulled the camera from CVS, they watched one of the two men that they caught jumping out at the Chase Bank on surveillance, purchasing a big lighter inside of the CVS about an hour before the robbery. But not only that,
Nigga. These niggas had to get a lighter, bro. A big lighter. They getting caught up because of a lighter. The nigga, now you said home free is wild for sure. Home free is wild, but bro, a big lighter though.
this is an enterprise rental car. This the same shit we keep seeing every time. Rental car, leaving shit in the car, on top of leaving your DNA in the car. These dudes had their eyes on the correct prize, not going for jewelry this time, straight cash, and they still couldn't get it right. When they pulled the historic geolocation data from the blue Chevy, they seen that it was previously parked at an address that matched the home of one previously provided to the DMV by Lil Papa. So this is when the noose start tightening up on these dudes. But we just getting started. Beginning on the next day, February 10th, 2024, through about March 8th, 2024, Lil Papa is hitting the Commerce Casino with the money, trying to wash it. He purchased a total of $34,500 in chips, and the casino records show him cashing out $168,700 in chips.
Oh yeah, the nigga went to the casino with 34. Why that much, bro? Why that much? Why that much? You gotta understand, after 10 bands, the shit is gonna get traced. You feel me? So you go in there with a good 7 bands, ain't too crazy. Still gonna show off some alarms because niggas gonna be like, what this nigga got 7 bands for? But even then, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Dick, what the fuck? 34,000.
They got him visiting the casino 11 times in this time span, washing the money. But in between these dudes, counting their chips up and enjoying the spoils, even though the feds is doing their work on the back end, you know some gangbanging has to be done. So we know with Pasadena Denver Lane, this is one of the most active sets in the San Gabriel Valley as it stands. We got the most dangerous coming up at San Gabriel Valley dropping this year, where we going through every hood in the San Gabriel Valley, giving y'all the most dangerous and active, and you know for sure PDL is gonna be on that list. Now we know with the LA Denver Lanes and the Pasadena Denver Lanes, they repping one lane, two biddies. Pasadena Denver Lane has adopted the full political structure of LA Denver Lane, and they've grown in a very sizable way around Fair Oaks Avenue and Hammond Street in the city of Pasadena. Now, PDL is broken up into multiple different cliques. 559 Summer Street, the low end. 882, the Tip Top Bloods. 754, Project Gangsta Bloods. SPGB, the Snake Pit Gangsta Bloods. And the Flame Boys. Their main spot is going to be the Kings Villages off of Fair Oaks and Hammond Street. That's the projects. Another spot is going to be across the street from that at Jackie Robinson Park, also on Fair Oaks and Hammond. The Snake Pit being the Community Arms Apartments off of Summit and Painter, and would also aligning themselves with the political structure of the LA Denver Lane that goes with the beef. So they beefing with the Hoovers, they beefing with the Broadways, 11 Deuce, 5 Deuce, and of course they're going to be beefing with the Raymonds. Now the Raymonds at one point, I suppose, held a small section over here in Pasadena. We spoke on them when we talked about the 120 Raymonds, 120 being their most active. They also got 10 Deuce in Inglewood, but the PDLs are also beefing with the Raymonds, and they're also,
like I said, bro, do great work.
Beefing with Southside Via Boys 13 out of Pasadena as well. But some more homegrown Crip beef being Do-Rock and Altadena Block. But with Lil Papa, he got his homies with him though. We got Vianney Richardson, aka Big Papa CK, and we got his little brother, Jerry Wembley III, aka Baby Papa CK. After this robbery at Chase, these dudes are looking to get active in a demonic ceremonial way in the name of their fallen homie Tiny Scrap, whose real name is Thad Chris Bear, an 18-year-old individual that was killed June 25th, 2022 in Lancaster off of Foxton Avenue, where he sustained a gunshot wound to the chest and nobody went down for that murder. Now here we are 4 months after the robbery at Chase on the 2-year anniversary of Tiny Scrap. Wembley has washed some of his money. Siete Boy is out the way, and Wembley is with his homies in Lancaster. The whole backdrop to this day was at the cemetery. And this is where they're celebrating the life and holding a vigil for Tiny Scrap. Now, Lil Papa, right before this situation, got Tiny Scrap blasted on his face. On the side of his face, 882 Tiny Scrap. We know 882 the Tip Top Bloods. And on the other side of his face, he blasted 754 CK Denver Guap. And he goes on and blasts CK on the back of his head. Like I said, some people said that he started to get on drugs and become more aggressive and start tripping. And this is where he finds himself at the Joshua Memorial Cemetery in Lancaster on June 25th, 2024. Now, while he's up there, his big homie, Big Papa, Deani Richardson, is on his way, but he makes a quick move off of Avenue J4 in Lancaster at about 7:15 p.m. This is when he sees an individual that the paperwork refers to as WS, an individual from Hoover. And when he sees this dude, he lets off 12 rounds from the 40, hitting him multiple times over here off Avenue J4. WS suffered multiple gunshot wounds and was left on the scene. Now, Richardson arrives at the cemetery at 7:33 p.m. and they start going up, start getting into the spirit, getting into the mode. Big Papa just lays some shit down. Unknowingly, though, WS survived this situation. But as you can imagine, he's fucked up off of being hit multiple times with the 40. This is when they start taking pictures at the cemetery in celebration. We see Big Papa completely flamed up, throwing up lanes. Behind him, we also see the white Mercedes that he's driving. The camera goes to Lil Papa, Jerry Wembley. He got the wife beater on with the gray Nike sweats and the fours, and he also got a chain with Tiny Scrap initials on it. And he's wearing an identifying gold bracelet. The camera flashes to his little brother, Baby Papa. He's wearing a black wife beater with the gold chain, black sweats. And for approximately an hour between 7:33 and 8:34 p.m., they're at the gravesite of Tiny Scrap, planning to lay some shit down in his name. So they leave the gravesite at about 8:34 and they slide over to Wick Carter Park. Now, when they get to Wick Carter Park at around 8:44 p.m., they see an individual working underneath the car. In that car, they see a blue Nationals hat and automatically assume this dude is some crippin'. They fucked up on this move, made a mistake. They jump out on this dude, put 20 rounds up out of a 9mm, hitting 49-year-old Eddie Green multiple times, killing him right by Wick Carter Park. Eddie Green just so happened to be stretched from Crenshaw Mafia Gangsta Bloods. This is an ally, and they killed him all over a blue hat. With the LA Denver Lanes, we know Crenshaw Mafia and them have an old, historic, long-standing alliance in the city. With PDL, again, adopting and upholding the same political structure as them, this would also be an ally to the PDLs. But as you see, these dudes are tripping. They own that in Lancaster. They going up for Tiny Scrap. And at approximately 8:54, they go back to the cemetery. Now, they're also joined by some unindicted co-conspirators that the paperwork says are individuals 1, 2, and 3. Night has failed. The red candles, red balloons are out. They've come off of multiple shootings, let off over 30 rounds total, killing one individual and severely wounding another.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, these boys on bullshit. The With the 40 was fucking funny as hell. With the 40 is crazy funny. We say I was born on Crenshaw, still got family all around LA. I just some shit they doing to y'all. I got plenty of OGs. If you real like that, you find your way down south long ago. Yeah. You know what's funny though? It's like for me, I've lived out here like my whole life. I started off growing up in Arkansas, so I've seen and adapted to a lot of the culture out here. You know what I'm saying? So it is nothing like being from out here. So you will not understand a lot of the things. Even if you have people that live out here, you know what I'm saying? People who live out here, they don't even deal with this type of shit. This shit is only for a certain amount of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? This shit is right here for a certain amount of motherfuckers. It's just how adopted it has been and how mainstream it has been. So it does become still foreign to the actual culture. So hearing even bro narrate it sounds crazy, but it just what it is. But I did want to follow up too. I think our guy Don, he asked me about this the Blueface baby mama shit. Krishan with the X thing. It actually just dropped. I was about to do the next reaction to that. These motherfuckers just running up though. Let's finish this video. It's not 10 minutes left. We finish this video, then we go straight to that. That one is a long ass Travel Laura Ross dragged out video, 56 minutes, but it does seem like it is gonna tie in a lot of the current things that's going on with that.
This is when the camera catches Baby Papa holding a gun to his ear, and everybody's in celebration. And a few minutes later, they leave the cemetery, and at 9:05, they're driving towards the Chevron gas station on East Avenue L. Now, at this same time, the crazy shit is they're in Lancaster and they're catching some LA enemies. They've already popped at somebody from Hoover. They fucked around and hit an ally from Crenshaw Mafia. We have a 17-year-old named Dupree Moore from 11 Deuce Broadway who was walking inside this gas station at 9:12 p.m. on the night of June 25th, 2024. Now, the situation with Dupree Moore, again, like I said, 17 years old. My son and his little brother are friends. His little brother got a bright future in football, a good kid, man. And both of them had loving family support around them. But it was just by chance that he was walking inside this gas station when these dudes was peeling off from Tiny Scrap gravesite. So Dupree pulls up, parks at pump 9, and walks inside. 9:14, the white Benz pulls up. Big, Lil, and Baby Papa are in the whip with 2 unindicted co-conspirators, and they pull up to pump 6. Now, individual 2 jumps out the Benz, goes inside the store, and there seemingly becomes maybe a gang-banging exchange in the store because individual 2 pops out the store before Dupree goes back to the Benz. He seemingly is letting these dudes know, hey, it's somebody from Broadway in that store. Dupree walks out the store and has to walk past the Benz to get back to his whip. And at this time, wearing the same outfit that was captured at the gravesite, the black white beater, black sweats, Baby Papa jumps out with the 9 and starts getting off. Dupree tries to do his shit and get up out of there, and he's hit multiple times. At the same time, Big Papa opens the passenger door, dressed in the same outfit, flamed all the way up from head to...
My nigga, the funniest part about that though, it ain't funny, but he said Dupree tried to do his shit and get up out of there. That's a real ass shit though. He tried to do his shit. Oh God, he probably did try to do his shit and get up out of there for real.
Toe and starts getting off with the 40, the same one used 2 hours prior in the shooting of WS from Hoover. And Lil Papa, who was driving, jumps out the front seat, tries to do what he do, but Dupree has ran and he's collapsed on Avenue L. They hop back into the Benz and drive over to where he collapsed and proceeded to shoot him multiple times on Avenue L, taking his life as well, marking the 3rd victim in one night.
Niggas was doing too fucking much.
In successive shootings, 2 murders, all in the name of Tiny Scrap from Pasadena Denver Lane Bloods. At 9:35, you know where they went. They're back at the gravesite with individual 1, 2, and 3 celebrating and soaking up that demonic energy over here inside the cemetery. But June 26, 2024, in the early morning, the day after these shootings, 2:18, Big Papa is on Instagram, flamed up, gold chain on, playing a song saying he tried to run for his life with gunshots accompanied by the music, referring directly to the murder of Dupree Moore. And he captioned it, "Long live TS for Tiny Scrap." 4:41 a.m., they reposted some messages from Dupree's Instagram account and are now trolling the 11 Deuce Broadways on the internet. But August 29th, 2024, a familiar connection pops back up. Siete Boy from the Chase robbery and Lil Papa drop a music video. Lil Papa's in the music video with the same TS chain that he had on at the cemetery 2 months prior, the day of the murders. He's holding a pistol, and him and Siete Boy are talking about crimes. Lil Papa dissing the Broadways, saying he earned his name with the CK on it, as well as his position in PDL for killing Crips. Now, all the while, exactly 30 days after these murders, July 25th, right before they dropped this music video, the feds have sat down with Tiana Graves the security guard that worked at Chase Bank. She identified Siete as Roman Smith, and she stated that Jasmine Colin, the other bank teller, told her about them planning to wipe them victims down to that 200,000.
Nigga, so let's be honest. They got up on the fucking security guard because they looking like, who the fuck told somebody that they had 200 bands coming out this bitch? It's clearly one of these people here. We need your phone records. We need your phones. We need all that situation. So they clearly see you talking to niggas that day. Boom, bam, yada. Of course, she gonna snitch. This shit is light speed. This is the easiest fucking investigation ever.
Now, she started cooperating after the feds served a search warrant on her phone, and she got spooked because of the
Of course, they served the search warrant on her.
communication she was having between not only her coworkers, but also Siete boy baby mama. And federal agents provided her $3,900 for relocation fees. Now, at the time where that old couple had popped in the Chase, she had took a lunch break, thinking them dudes was playing. She saw that blue Chevy pull up. She didn't know that was Lil Papa and Siete in it, so she claims. And when it all went down, she called Siete baby mama, and Siete baby mama quoted that she know they got robbed because Siete and them boys did it. The call details show that she wasn't lying about that phone call between Siete's baby mama and her. And they also seen that Siete's baby mama had placed multiple phone calls to Lil Papa. The confidential informant that worked at Chase said that she felt spooked because she knew Lil Papa and Siete had been involved in multiple homicides, and they threatened to kill her if she ever went to law enforcement. Mind you, Lil Papa is 1 month removed from 3 slides in the same night, and they got her spooked. She told the police that Lil Papa and Siete were best friends, and after the robbery, they disappeared. Now, Siete baby mama was trying to save her, she claims, by telling Siete not to threaten her. She said Siete beat his baby mama ass while she was pregnant and all, and hopped on the phone with her, and instead of paying her hush money, told her they'd kill her if she made statements. Now, of course, she played it cool, so the feds laced her ass up with a wire. 10 days before that music video dropped, August 14, 2024, at the direction of law enforcement, the CI meets with Siete and his baby mama to discuss the robbery. And this is when Siete baby mama said that Lil Papa is becoming more aggressive, tripping on them drugs. She was approximately 7 months pregnant at this time with Siete's baby when they observed that domestic violence call when he whooped on her. And this is when she also stated that Lil Papa was on drugs and said he's going delusional and crazy when he said he was finna kill the CI. Now, the CI was starting to plant bugs in their ears. She was playing voicemails of federal agents saying that they want to talk to her about the robbery. She said they was trying to trace the money, and Siete baby mama said that money gone. She said the only person that possibly had some paper left was Lil Papa, but police had kicked his door in Inglewood and found a gun and some racks, but he did use it to secure a private attorney to help fight these cases. And as we see, Big Papa, Lil Papa, and Baby Papa seemingly got private attorneys. Now, she says Siete boy fucked all the money off, but he isn't as stupid as Lil Papa, she claims. And when the CI start talking to Siete with the wiretap on, he states that they've been washing the money. There's no way for the feds to trace it. He said he ain't got no bank account, and Lil Papa didn't put no money in his bank account directly. He used somebody else's account, and he didn't put it in there. And she tried to spook him by saying his fingerprints was left on the old couple's vehicle. He said no, he didn't touch the vehicle, but he also didn't have gloves on, remember.
Hey, man, out here passing, but then it's like crazy because, bro, like, you get to the point like, nigga, like, nigga, you up. Get the fuck out of here. Like you said, bro, go down south. Get yourself down south. Go down south. I would have been gone. I would have been out of there. That type of activity. You know what I'm saying? Wonder why white folks are racist. You know what? No, I don't think that's the reason why white folks are racist, because they're the reason why these things like kind of thing, like things like this kind of even exist. I'm not saying they're the reason, but there's a way of segregation that you'll notice where certain cultures adapt, and this is what it is. I don't think that's the reason why white people are racist. White people are racist because they're the ones that do that shit. Like, no one else be on that type shit. I mean, you could say some Asian cultures are kind of like that, but they're just to themselves. I think that's kind of what it is. Not majority of them had that ideology. It's a lot, unfortunate, a lot of people that be on that, but it's not all though. So you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I mean, everybody ain't on that. It's just a small demographic. I think the thing about California in general and gangbanging culture is so it's so infectious. People really dive in deep with it. They infatuated with it. And this is another reason.
Krishawn Rock is now publicly responding to the allegations that she might have had her baby daddy murdered over a botched paternity test. And now, all right, in the midst of that, she's making denials, but even more examples of her snitching on herself for apparently, you know, hinting that she might have been involved in this murder are circulating. And I just think every single day that goes by, things are getting worse and more incriminating for Krishawn Rock. Now, everything I'm going to say in this video, just like my previous videos, is alleged, okay? I'm going to be sharing things that are alleged on social media, things that people are saying out there in the world. But at the same time, when you connect the dots, at least in my opinion, it's starting to look like she really has that demonic energy and might have got a couple of people out here, right? That's just my opinion, all right? That's just alleged. That's just based on what's going around, but shit is looking absolutely diabolical. So let's take a little look first at some of the incriminating stuff that's been going around before we fast forward.
Nanya, this is the funniest comment I ever heard in my life. It can be argued that white people adapt the best. Yeah, they colonize the best, nigga. What the fuck is that? He said, thank you, nigga. Nigga, they colonized the best. Nigga, what are you talking about? Dude, what are we talking about?
Forward to what Krishawn Rock is now saying in today's updates and videos and live streams, where she's basically denying having anything to do with this murder, but she might have just told on herself even more. But this was 40 weeks ago. Okay, 40 weeks ago on October the 24th, 2025, No Jumper reposted this. Krishawn Rock sending a warning for people who keep talking about her son. Everybody that think that they can speak on my son always lose their life. First, it was his daddy. Look at him. He'd been locked up for 2 years. Now our son was a 6-7 month baby when his dad lost his freedom. Then it was my ex-boyfriend, Karan. Unfortunately, that person dead. Now, here's the thing. Rumor is that it's not Blueface's baby, it's Karan's baby, and she needed to basically protect her multi-million-dollar Zeus deal that was really predicated on Blueface being the father of this child. We ain't caring about no Karan. No offense, rest in peace to him, but we ain't really caring about her and her reality show if this random dude is the father of the child. It's all predicated on Blueface, the celebrity, being the father. And she basically keeps saying that Blueface the daddy. But this is the thing. If her ex-boyfriend, Karan, who she, you know, was so close with, died and she ain't have nothing to do with it, why ain't she more upset? But let's see what she said, all right? She posted this. She said, everyone that think they can speak on my son always lose their life. I wonder why they keep going when they see the end result of trying to harm me with your personal clout game. Excuse me? Keep going. Let's count how long it lasts. I'm really protected from all evil. I don't know about that. First, it was his daddy. She's talking about Blueface, not really the daddy, right? She's refusing paternity tests for everybody. Look at him. He's been locked up for 2 years. Now our son's 6-7 month old baby when his dad lost his freedom. Then it was my ex-boyfriend, Karan. Unfortunately, that person died. The way she talking about him is...
I think that this nigga be just fucking like dragging shit the fuck on. That's why I can't really get with this nigga, though. I ain't gonna lie. As a part of, hey, you know, that is true though. Colonizing is a part of it. That's the long line from a day. You look, hey, you right on that. That is true. He said, my people were showed out of Scotland to America. That's funny, Nanya. That is funny, bro. The way you said, like, my people is funny. My people is fucking hilarious, dog. That's comedy. He said there were farmers, intelligent, enslaved many Africans. They slaved many Africans. That's tight. I'm not proud of that, but it's the truth. We have California because of white men. Hey, that is crazy. That is crazier. But to be honest, though, I honestly don't really give a fuck how we got here. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't necessarily matter. You know what I'm saying? We're here now. We're here. Those same people that y'all enslave, you watching me in the chat. That's tight. That's hard as fuck to me. That's tight as fuck. Hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? That's tight as fuck to me. Hard. And the funniest thing about it is that we all kind of like mix the shit out of the shit. And that's the reason why I say when we watch those type of reactions, it is kind of orchestrated and programmed to be in a certain way. Things like that have been orchestrated. It's just what it is. I mean, we all talk about CIA influence on urban culture and things of that nature. So, you know, it is what it is. And I mean, this is a great example of it. I honestly think that if she is caught up with this shit, you know what I'm saying? I think this shit is just crazy as fuck. But that being said, man, this has been a great stream, bro. Shout out to the people, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to Nanya. Shout out to Don. Shout out to the people that have slid in here. Everybody that's rewatching. My boy Nasty Nate. And the motherfucking great. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all already know where to find me. Who-Bangin Sports Talk. Try Wim on Twitter.